All right, so again, don't let the fact that we're starting a couple minutes late concern you. We are very good at what we do, and the time we spent between then and now was time well spent. It got several folks off the calendar and moving in the right direction. All right, so if you all will look up at the monitors here, we're going to jump right in. So this is the Spalding County State Court. My name is Josh Stafford. I'm your judge, and this is the ticket arraignment calendar. I want to start out by saying that here in the Spalding County State Court, we believe that each and every one of you, as you interact with this court, deserve the respect and the dignity that you would wish for someone you care about. We'll extend that to each and every one of you as we interact with you all here today. Hey, please don't talk during court. Our goal is to move your cases forward promptly and efficiently and return you back to your lives as quick as we can. I assume we're all on the same page. That's an admirable goal, but I can't do that if you all start having sidebar conversations, so please don't do that. Nobody's virtual. All right, so earlier I asked you to turn your cell phones on. To do that, everybody take a moment right now and make sure your phone is off. We're about to start moving fast, and we can't do that if your phones are pinging and dinging and all that. So everybody make certain that you've turned your phones back off. In fact, I did it again. I'm going to go turn mine off. Just that kind of, yeah, I did it again. So my phone rings all day, every day, and mine was about to ring. And then I would have had to hold myself in contempt and all that. Hey, did anybody here get your ticket from a City of Griffin police officer? Anybody here? Do you have a copy of your ticket with you? I'm going to have you step out in the hallway and talk to the bailiffs. I want to make certain that you're not supposed to be in the Griffin Municipal Court. They have court today. So they're going to check you against our database. And then they'll either send you back in or they'll send you over and vouch that you were on time, maybe to the wrong court. So step out in the hallway, talk to the bailiffs out there, give your name and information, and we'll make certain. Anybody else? Thank you.
Ms. Yarwood, let me know his name, that way I can text this report on there, let him know he was here, so they don't put it in sworn on it.
Yeah. Okay. I need to add that to the PowerPoint. All right, so this is the correct courtroom for you. If you were issued a citation here in Spalding County, that citation directed you to appear today. These citation groups is GSP. If what I'm saying doesn't sound right, step out in the hallway, show your paperwork to the bailiff. They'll get you in the right direction. Today is what's called your arraignment. What that means is I'm going to go over your rights with you, and I'm going to tell you what your options are, and then you or your attorney, or Mr. Sellers is gone. So you're going to tell me what you want to do with your case. Here are your options. You can have a trial. There are two types of trials. There's a jury trial where 6 jurors sit in that box over there to your left to decide your case. And then there is a bench trial. This is where you give me permission to make the guilt or innocence decision with no jury present. You can ask me about an attorney, and I'll give you directions on how to go apply with the public defender's office. Your charges in this courtroom are misdemeanors. The average misdemeanor carries a maximum punishment of 12 months to serve in the Spalding County Jail and or a $1,000 fine. A few minor traffic charges like seatbelt have a lower maximum fine, and a few high and aggravated misdemeanors have up to a $5,000 maximum fine. All right, each of you here have the right to a speedy and public jury trial, where 6 citizens of Spalding County decide guilt or innocence on each of your charges. Again, you can choose a bench trial. That's where I make the guilt or innocence decision on your charges with no jury present. You can waive your right to a trial and close your case with a plea if you so choose. I have no preference. You must knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently choose for yourself. Each of you here have the right to be presumed innocent. You have the right to force the state to prove the guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, to cross-examine the state's witnesses, to subpoena your own witnesses and evidence to court. You have the right to testify or not testify, to not incriminate yourself. And if you remain silent, your silence cannot be held against you. You have the right to have an attorney. You may hire your own attorney if you so choose. However, if you cannot afford an attorney, then you'll be given the opportunity to go to the public defender's office today and apply. Now, this is a warning that I don't know how to say it any differently, and I get a lot of testing on this, and my answer is always the same. If you don't take action ASAP to secure the public defender's office, you need to hear me say right now, you will very likely hear me say at your trial calendar that you have waived the right to apply for their services. So if you want them, take action. An attorney would help you understand our criminal justice system, would explain what your charges are and what the defenses are of those charges, would file motions on your behalf, engage in plea negotiations, subpoena witnesses and evidence for your defense, conduct a trial on your behalf and make objections, and otherwise work to protect you. All right, first offender and conditional discharge. These each allow you to enter a guilty plea without being convicted, but you only get one of each for your entire life. Now, first offender is for everything but traffic-related charges, so no DUIs, and conditional discharge is for drug-related offenses only. All right, now this applies to about 98% of you here. A nolo contendere plea, and we call it a NOLO plea for short, is where you enter a guilty plea without admitting guilt. And you get one NOLO every 5 years, and it's available on most all traffic charges, no DUIs. It is measured from the incident date to the incident date. A NOLO will usually prevent points. It'll usually save your license. It will not help you much if you're under 21. Raise your hand if you are here and you are under 21. Okay, I'm going to come back. Y'all have to give me a little bit more information in just a little bit. All right, if you are here today and you are not a U.S. citizen, then you need to know that any conviction will very likely have a negative impact on your immigration status. All right, habeas corpus, weird old law that I'm responsible for explaining to you how it works. We call it a habeas for short. Everybody's heard that term at some point in your lives. And here's how it works. If you're convicted, you may sue Spalding County civilly over in Superior Court to challenge your conviction. All traffic charges have a 6-month window. Everything else has a 12-month window before those rights expire. You make conference today with the solicitor's office. So if you want to talk to the solicitor and try to resolve your case, you'll announce conference and you'll remain here in the courtroom. If you haven't, there's no attorneys. The solicitor's office represents the state of Georgia. They are not your attorney. If you reach an agreement, you can resolve your case. If you have a conference with them and you don't agree with what they're offering, just say no thank you. Tell us you want a trial and we'll happily move you in that direction. In other words, you're not waiving anything by having a conference. All right, so if you have a payable ticket and you want to close it without a trial, you have 3 options. First is, if you have the fine amount, you want to pay it, then you just tell the bailiff, they'll walk you downstairs to the clerk's office. You can make your payment. Once you have your receipt, you're free to go. And then if you want to, and then the other end of the spectrum is you can have a conference with the solicitor's office. You can choose to enter a plea and you'll be placed on probation that will terminate upon completion. But we've added a third option in the middle that we're very proud of and that has worked very well, which is our 30 by 30 program. And it's when you don't want to be placed on probation, but you also don't have the fine amount. So how does this program work? Our 30 for 30 program is where you don't want to go, you don't have the fine amount, but you want to close your case and you don't want to go on probation. You first have a conference with the solicitor's office and you'll reach an agreement that I'll take your plea, I'll place you on probation, but I will delay the start of your probation by 30 days, 30 by 30. You will in turn agree to pay a $30 program participation fee, 30 by 30, to give you 30 days to pay your fine in full plus $30, and then your case will close with no probation. All right, everybody's nodding at me that you're getting this. All right, if you're successful, then your case closes and you can say with a straight face that you did not get probation. If you're unsuccessful, don't panic. Your probation just would begin 31 days out, and it usually is still terminated upon completion. All right, if you do receive probation, so we're skipping over to the probation side now, you know that no matter what, if you supervise by Spalding County Sentence Enforcement, there will be a one-time $25 intake fee. 100% in Spalding County State Court of all fines can be worked off with community service work at $10 per hour. There is a $50 per month supervision fee each month until you complete your probation. This supervision fee is mandatory, but it can be waived after a separate hearing before me. All right, 2-week trial calendar. All of the trials go on the same 2-week trial calendar. In week 1, your calendar call will be in week 1. We'll all skip a week in the middle, and for those of you that wish to have a trial, your jury trials and bench trials will be in at 9 a.m. sharp on the Monday of week 2. You'll appear each and every day as directed on your case, and we will use 2 or 3 courtrooms in week 2, and we will reach your case for trial. All right. If you want to help your friends and family, because we're still a small enough community where everybody knows somebody who knows everybody. So if you recognize the name of someone who is missing today, who has failed to appear, call them, tell them to get down here ASAP, and you will save them a whole lot of future trouble. All right, so we're about to call the calendar. Actually, Mr. Shepherd will be calling the names, unless y'all want me to call it off.
I can do it. I got it right here.
All right, so Mr. Shepherd's going to be calling the names. When you hear your name called, stand up. I can't see through the heads out there unless you stand up. You know who I'm talking to. If you're not able to stand up, wave real high to me. And then what you're going to do is once you stood up, you're going to announce very loudly what you want me to do with your case. And I'm going to leave this up on the wall. So you're going to stand up and then you're going to yell really loud, either jury trial or bench trial or conference or attorney. And then you also need to tell me, for those of you that are under 21, because Georgia law treats y'all differently than they treat those who are 21 and older. And so we need to know that because we have to handle your case a little bit differently. Okay, Mr. Shepherd, the floor is yours.
All right, Parrish Adams. That's for failure to appear. John Alvin. That's for failure to appear. Andre Allen.
Conference.
All right.
Lauren Bailey.
Hey.
Daniel Baker.
Conference.
Thank you.
Tiffany Benson. That's for failure to appear.
Okay, on
I'm sorry.
Alvin, I think there might be a suspended license in there. It just says suspended, that's all it says.
Oh, you are correct. All right, I'll go back to
I'm
John
cheating to
Alvin.
have the calendar.
Go back to John Alvin. We'll ask for a bond forfeiture and bench warrant.
That's great.
Thank you.
And I'll run a little bit behind Patrick, so I'll let you know.
And can you run tomorrow? Do you have tomorrow's arraignment calendar anywhere near?
Yes,
Can you run that for me too?
that's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, okay, awesome.
I'm just a little bit behind because of yesterday.
That's cool.
We're all behind because yesterday. Marty Bradford.
Conference.
All right, thank you.
Jose Cardenas. That's for failure to appear. Torrin Coleman.
Conference.
All right, thank you.
Paul Cullinane.
Conference.
All right, thank you.
Erica Della Torre. That's for failure to appear. Alexis Dean. That's for failure to appear. Dylan Deloach.
All right, do you want to talk to the public defender's office?
No.
Are you willing to represent yourself at your bench trial?
Yes.
All right, will you please step out into the hallway and have a seat on the benches out there and wait for the bailiffs? Do not leave until they come see you and give you your next set of instructions. If you choose to pay your citation before your next court date, you'll be released from your court date, but that's not any pressure for me, that's just options on the table.
Connor Edson.
Conference.
Thank you.
Antoinette Evans.
All right, thank you.
Chasen Evans. That's for failure to appear. Excellent. Yeah, for the failure to appear.
Yeah.
Andre Felix. That's for failure to appear. Renisha Foreman. That's for failure to appear. Kaylin Gaynor. That's for failure to appear. Bautista Garcia.
Okay. Do you need an interpreter?
This.
Okay.
Set down.
All right, it's an interpreter, y'all got it? Okay, just wait right there.
Expired license.
All right. You want to try to take a shot at it?
Bautista, you speak any English?
A little bit.
Okay, we'll talk to you this morning. We'll see if we can.
All
If you
right,
just turns out you need an
hold on
interpreter.
just a minute, let Mr. Shepherd see it. This one looks like one they could.
Yeah, it's just an
probably
expired
knock out.
license.
We might be able to save everybody a second trip, just hold it.
Trenton George.
Conference.
Thank you.
Talmadge Giles.
Conference. Thank you.
Dexter Greer. That's for failure to appear. Rebecca Hadaway. That's for failure to appear. Audrey Hare.
Under 21 conference.
Thank you.
Jaron Harper. That's for failure to appear. Gladys Harrell.
Conference, thank you.
Jacqueline Harris,
Conference.
Conference, thank you.
Deontay Hightower. Ask for failure to appear. Yeah, it was a failure to appear. Trevor Hindman. Ask for failure to appear. Ashley Holt. Ask for failure to appear. Jakira Josie. Ask for failure to appear. Did you know that?
She was in jail recently. I'll check it. And Piper's too. That's why I'm not worried about Josie. I'm not worried about it. You'll get it. You'll either find it or not. She was in jail. That's all I know.
That name wasn't ringing a bell. That doesn't mean much. All right, Taylor Kaufman. Ask for failure to appear. Damian Kent.
Oh, which one would I speak for NOLA?
I'm sorry?
Which one will be under NOLA?
I know a conference.
I think I know.
Conference it is.
Dantasia Knuckles. Ask for failure to appear. John Coxis. K-O-C-I-S. K-O-C-S-I-S.
There you are. I was looking for you. He's here.
That's strong.
All right. Do you want to talk to the public defender's office, Mr. Kosis? Do you want to talk to the public defender's office, or are you going to hire your own attorney or represent
No,
yourself?
I'll represent myself.
Okay. And for total clarity purposes, I represented him when I was in private practice. So it's apparently Josh Stacker's prior client week.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All right, Mr. Kosis, if you'll step out into the hallway, and the bailiffs will come talk to you. So he's hard of hearing, so.
You know, the last one we went over, just couples.
Who?
What's that last first one, that top page, 6?
Knuckles?
Yeah, we, checked that person in. They didn't respond when you called.
Knuckles? Well,
Okay.
so I haven't even gotten to that announcement yet, and we already have our volunteer. So I'll make that announcement later.
Window.
There's always one.
All right, Soulmain Kanyeti. I'm sure I did that correctly.
Yeah.
All right, ask for failure to appear. Soulman? Soulman. All right, Pedro Magana Virgo. Ask for failure to appear. Melissa Malone.
Conference.
Thank you.
Brianna Martin. Ask for failure to appear. Heather McCoy. Ask for failure to appear. Javis McCrary. Ask for failure to appear. Anthony McGill Jr. Ask for failure to appear. McQuavis Miller. Ask for failure to appear. Christopher Milner.
Conference. All right, thank you.
Michael Moore. Ask for failure to appear. Kojo Nayarko.
Conference.
Thank you.
All right, 2 cases, Darrell Napoleon.
Conference, under 21.
And Judge, Mr. Napoleon he has a case on this morning's calendar as well as one on this afternoon's calendar.
Okay, so he's under, so I'm gonna put under 21 in conference.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Frank Ogletree. Ask for failure to appear. Patrick Okay. O-K-E-H. Ask for failure to appear. Johnny Parks Jr.
Conference.
All right, thank you.
Lakeitha Pierce.
Attorney.
Okay. All right, if you will please step out into the hallway, but do not leave. The bailiffs are gonna come out and give you instructions on how to apply with the public defender's office and have you sign some
Hey,
paperwork.
I have,
with Dutton and Dutton, Bridget told me.
Okay, then that'll be fine. So they're gonna have you sign the same paperwork anyway, you just won't go to the public defender's office. So just walk across to Dutton's office and show them your paperwork when you're ready. But don't leave until the bailiffs come talk to you.
All right, Daniel Rainier, conference.
Conference, thank you.
Robert Sellers,
Conference.
Ashley Slaughter, all right, we'll ask for Faye to appear. Andrew Stanley, ask for Faye to appear. Raven Sullivan,
Conference.
Thank you.
Ben Brackle. Judge, I think we handled this. He was in jail.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he, Mr. Tom Floria was came and represented him. I think we resolved this one. Did that one get Isaiah Ben Brackle? He was, you were about to respond on the pre-trial. He had this.
It's not on the calendar, so if he
It's good. That was
It's
where it's at.
good.
Goddess Williams. That's for Faye to appear. The Markle Willis. That's for failure to appear. And then they handed me this one, I think, from this afternoon's calendar. Bernard Arnold.
Yes. Page one. Conference, thank you.
And that's two cases there.
Although you're not supposed to be here this morning, it's one of the best wrong decisions you've ever made in the calendar this afternoon is humongous. So,
We'll get to it.
yeah. All right, anybody else? All right, all right, so a couple of us, let's sweep everybody else up. Is there anyone here whose name was not called? Stand up for me. All right, this is a good sign. I'm thinking y'all are the afternoon. Even better. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna work our way across, get your names, make certain you're on. I think most of you are probably here for the afternoon calendar. If that's so, then you've made the best wrong decision of your lives. All right, what's your name, nice and loud?
Jerry got it.
Gaddy?
He was on yesterday. He was on the
Oh, that's right. He was accounted for upstairs. Is that the one? Okay. Do you want me to bring him back tomorrow morning? You want to talk to him today?
What's he?
Gaddy, what do you want to do with your case? Oh, then do it. So, do you want to talk to the public defender's office? No? Are you waiving the right to apply?
Yes, sir.
And are you going to represent yourself at trial if need be?
Yep.
Okay. If you'll wait out in the hallway, please. You were in a different courtroom, so I did issue a warrant until we knew where you were. The warrant is lifted. I'm actually going to mark this as if there wasn't a warrant because you had conflicting legal responsibilities. So if you'll have a seat out in the hallway, don't leave till the bailiffs can talk to you. Nice and loud in the back. What's your name?
Vickers.
All right. And what are you charged with?
Adrian Vickers.
Yes.
See this afternoon.
Okay. So you're supposed to be here this afternoon, but you're here now. What do you want to do with your case?
The 30 for 30.
I just have you, no, for this afternoon.
He said 30 for 30.
30 for 30. Oh, conference. So you're good. Grab a seat. I'm going to put you on for a conference. Cheat. I have a microphone. Sorry. Nice and loud. What's your name?
Dylan Stevens.
Stevens. There he is. Middle case 21. What do you want to do with your case? Conference. All right. Grab a seat. Thank you. Name, nice and loud.
Frank Molinax.
Lawrence. What page? 18. Yeah, here it is. What do you want to do with your case?
Conference.
Conference. I got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's your name, nice and loud?
Henry Gaines.
Gaines?
Henry. This afternoon.
All right, what, you said conference?
The conference.
All right, thank you. You can grab a seat. What's your name?
That's for Parker.
this afternoon.
Yeah, 17. What do you want to do?
Conference.
All right, thank you. Grab a seat. Nice and loud.
Sorry, wings.
Means. Nope. What are you charged with?
I have 3 tickets. One was speeding, another was a DUI, and the third one was possession.
Okay, DUI. Why don't you grab a seat, let the solicitor's office see where your case might be.
Don't ring the,
I got a couple of these in here too.
You do?
Yes, sir.
sorry, Wayne. Anyway,
Well, let me just look it up real quick. I won't.
we've got it in, Judge, but it hasn't been filed yet.
Okay.
It may be waiting on a blood test or something.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. Okay, Ms. Reeves, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna have you talk to the bailiffs when I take a break here in just a minute. They're gonna get you to write down address, telephone number, email address, whatever it is they can think of. They're gonna give that to the solicitors. Don't y'all put that in from your end? Does the clerk put it in?
Either way.
Okay, either way, they'll get, that way your information will be in the system, because you're not on today's calendar. Did your citation tell you to come here today?
Yes, sir. All 3 citations said February
They still
13th
do
at 9.
Okay, I will deal with that myself personally, but I need a copy of your citations. So the bailiffs will make copies, and I will personally reach out to the trooper and say, stop doing that.
I just told, Randy Brown was here the other day, and I told him to remind his guys on that.
Yeah. So,
He's a postman.
okay, a couple of announcements here. Oh, Mr. Shepherd, you want to make your announcements first? Sure.
So these are paid.
And then oh, and then transfer.
Put on this one.
That just has.
And then checks.
It's been here since.
Nice, it just was.
Hi, good morning, y'all. I'm Patrick Shepard. I'm the solicitor. That means I'm the prosecutor. There's another solicitor named Jackie Tony. She's currently on a Zoom hearing in another court right now, but she'll be around here shortly. We'll be the ones that are doing the conferences this morning. It's going to happen in a few minutes. Either Miss Sherry Middleton here in the lime green sweater, or Miss Lenise Fletcher over there in the orange sweater. We'll call names. We call them out probably 7 or 8 at a time. When your name is called, you're going to follow one of these 2 ladies out the double doors over here to my right, your left. There's a hallway that leads to the waiting area outside of my office. Follow them, have a seat there, and either myself or Miss Tony will call you back one at a time for your conference. When you're done with your conference, you're going to come back to the same hallway, through the same set of double doors, quietly have a seat here in the courtroom, either enter your plea or get instructions for your trial date. When you come back to the courtroom, make sure that you do use those double doors. Do not come through that single door there. If you do that, you will disrupt court, you will make the judge unhappy. Not a good way to start your Tuesday. Obviously, there's a lot of y'all. We move quick. We'll have everybody out here at a decent time today, but we also don't have time for everybody's life story. We got to keep moving because we have to get to everybody. So we'll be quick. We'll move everybody through. So y'all just be patient with us and we'll get y'all out here at a decent time. All right, thank y'all.
All right, so a couple of quick announcements before I have the conferences start. And I just need you to listen very carefully. So my instructions to you are about to be, hey, we're all human. Most of us have had coffee. Step to the restroom and get back to your seats. Like, that's the complete part of all of my instructions. But one of you, statistically speaking, is going to volunteer to go to jail. Let me do that again more slowly. One of you, statistically speaking, is going to volunteer to go to jail. And what's going to happen is we're going to take a break, and then you're going to disappear. I don't know where people go. Haircuts, oil changes, mowing the yards. In fact, we already think we've identified our candidate for today, and that we had somebody who checked in and then disappeared. So that's probably who I'm going to issue the warrant for, which means y'all might not have to be arrested, but I hope we don't have 2 volunteers. So here's your instructions. Go to the restroom. Get back in your seats. And if you disappear, I'm going to issue a warrant for you. I'm going to hold you without bond, and I'll come see you in the jail in a couple weeks. So don't do that. But statistically, one of you is probably going to volunteer to do that. So that's it. What I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to step off the bench until, I'm going to say 10:30. And what's going to happen is a lot between here and there. So Ms. Middleton, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. If I call your name, if you'll go
First case I have is a null cross, Trenton George. And I've signed it. All right, next one I have is Marty Bradford.
Yes, sir.
Come on up to the podium, please. Okay. Right, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, take your hand down and state your full name for me.
Marty Wade Bradford Jr.
Mr. Bradford, you're here on 23 TK 5612 because, actually, everything looks good. Okay, so, Mr. Bradford, you were on time for court today, is that correct? Were you on time for court today?
Yes,
Did you hear the rights? I'll lead you to the mic. Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
I did.
Did you understand those rights?
I did.
Did you, I'm holding up the self-represented defendant free rights waiver that you passed up to me. Do you recognize this document?
I do.
And Clint, here's the initial right.
Next one.
Okay, Mr. Bradford, are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
It is.
Page 2?
It is.
And is this your signature?
That's correct.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time you needed to review it?
I did.
Because you understood everything that's on it.
I did.
Mr. Bradford, you, have the right to have an attorney represent you, and you're here representing yourself. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to have a jury trial, and by entering this plea, there will be no trial, and this case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're charged with one count of hunting with a suspended hunting license, back here in Spalding County on November 17th of 2023. Did you do that?
That's right.
All right, let's go off record. Ms. Nelson, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Can I please see the following people through those double doors? Dylan Stevens, Frank Mullinax, Henry Gaines, Dexter Parker, and Ashley Holt. And that should be it.
All right. All right, back on record, Mr. Bradford. Count 3 is hunting without a license. Did you do that?
That's correct.
And then count 4, hunting without a big game license. Did you do that as well?
That's correct.
All right, count 2 is dismissed. So that's 1, 3, and 4. All right, I'm gonna find with your admission of guilt. There's enough for me to take your plea. I'm gonna find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights and entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation and I will follow it. Any questions before I sentence?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bradford, on 23 TK 5612 from November 17th of 2023, count 1, hunting with suspended hunting license, guilty, 12 months, $300 is your fine. Count 3, hunting without a license, guilty, 12 months, $300. Count 4, hunting without a big game license, guilty, 12 months, $300. I'm gonna delay the start of your probation by 30 days, because these are all payable tickets. It'll allow you to pay your fine in full plus $30. If you do that in the next 30 days, your case will close with no probation conditions. After that, your case will go to probation, at which point you may work off your fine with community service work. But you will need to show your valid driver's license to probation, to the Census Enforcement Office. No alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products should be tested for those. $50 per month supervision fee, $25 intake fee. In case it's still closed, the moment you're satisfied with your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and 12 months if you want each of those. Yes,
As soon as I paid the $900, I'm good,
that's 900 plus 30.
Right, then that 30. Okay.
All right, go back to those double doors, please.
Okay,
Oh,
thank
hey,
you, sir.
Clint,
Yeah.
my bad.
You want to walk me here next time? We're gonna be all right.
All right, next case is Pollyann. Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, take your hand down, state your full name for me.
Paul Joseph Cullinane Jr.
All right, Mr. Cullinane, you are here today on 23 TK 4216 because your sentence enforcement officer, I'm so sorry, I got my Thursday script stuck in my head. And now I keep thinking about the fact that it's stuck in my head and I keep saying the Thursday script. You were here today for court. Were you on time this morning?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Any questions that I can answer for you about those rights?
No, sir.
You have passed up to me the self-represented defendant clear rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes, sir.
Page 2?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it?
Yes, sir.
And because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to have an attorney represent you, and you're here representing yourself. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have the right to a jury trial, and that by entering this plea, there will be no trial. This case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Have you used a no low and a no insurance charge in the last 5 years?
Yes, sir.
Are you 21 years of age or older?
Yes, sir.
And are you asking me to accept a no low for driving that occurred on September 6th, 2023, and result in this charge of operating motor vehicle with no insurance?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna find that your request for no low is proper, and I'm gonna grant it. I'm gonna find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. Review the recommendation, and I'll follow it. Any questions before I send this?
No, sir.
All right, on 23 TK 4216, count 3, no insurance. I'm gonna grant you no low. It's 12 months probation, 454 is your fine. Counts 1, 2, and 4 are dismissed. I'm gonna delay the start of your probation by 30 days and allow you to participate in the 30 by 30 program. If you are unsuccessful in closing your case in the next 30 days, then your probation will begin, at which point you will need to show a valid license to probation. Have no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products, be tested for those. Fourth Amendment waiver, $50 per month supervision fee, and a $25 intake fee. Your case will still close the moment you've satisfied your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. Okay. Any questions for me about anything before we part ways?
No, sir.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
May I approach you?
Nice.
And I got one guy in here. He got no loan to pay.
Listen, it's good.
Scenario, lock up.
All right, Narako? Up to the podium, please. Just this one? All right. Please raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right, take your hand down, state your full name for me.
Koji Naka.
Mr. Narako, you are wishing to enter a no-low plea on your speeding 82 and a 55, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you used a no-low on a speeding charge in the last 5 years?
No, sir.
And are you 21 years of age or older?
Yes, sir.
Are you, do you have the funds to pay your fine today?
Yes.
All right. I do not need to go through all of the rights then. That's all I need from you. And so I'm now going to confirm that you qualify for the no-low and I've signed the back. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
All right. Well, then I'm going to have you step back through there, go out the door, wait for the bailiffs out in the hallway, and you're good to go.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, because I'm going to get his information. Here, we'll give this to the bailiffs. Clint will protect it with his life. Evans? Nice. I need to do it. All right. Antoinette Evans,
Yes.
please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Please state your full name for me.
Antoinette Natasha Evans.
Ms. Evans, you are here today on 23 TK 4626. And according to my calendar, you are on time for court today, is that correct?
Correct.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall? Ms. Evans, you have passed up for me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document as the written version of those rights?
I do.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes.
Page 2?
Yes.
Is this your signature?
It is.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it?
I did.
And because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes.
Did you see on here where it says you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes.
You're here representing yourself?
Correct.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial, and this case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Have you used a NOLO on a no insurance charge in the last 5 years?
No.
And are you 21 years of age or older?
Yes.
And are you asking me to accept the NOLO for driving that occurred here in Spalding County on September 24th of 2023 and results in this charge of operating a motor vehicle with no insurance?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to find that your request for a NOLO is proper and I'm going to grant it. I'm going to find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. I review the recommendation and I follow it. Any questions?
No.
For a sentence?
No question.
No? Okay. All right, so Evans on 23 TK 4626. Count 1, no insurance. I'm going to grant you NOLO, it's 12 months probation. 454 is your fine. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days and allow you to participate in the 30 by 30 program. Pay your fine in full plus $30, your case will close. If you're unsuccessful in closing it within 30 days, your probation will then start 31 days out. You will then be allowed to work your fine off with community service work if you wish. Show your valid license to sentence enforcement, no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products. Be tested for those. $50 per month provision fee, $25 intake fee. Your case will still close the moment you satisfy your obligations. 30 days from today, if you wish to appeal this decision. And 6 months if you want to use your habeas rights.
Okay.
All right, any questions?
No question.
Yeah. Giles? I'll just up next. All right, so please raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, take your hand down, state your full name for me.
Town is James Giles.
Mr. Giles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You, pardon me.
My ex. And, Gaines. Henry Gaines.
He may be,
Might be other. Yeah, he went that way.
he may be out, so.
Okay. Yeah, that's just my next one. Sorry. All right, back on your Giles.
Yeah.
There's have a lot of names that. Mr. Giles, you were on time for court today, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights I read out in the courtroom and see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights?
No, sir.
Mr. Giles, you are here on 23 TK 5803, if I hadn't said that already. You passed up to me the self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each
Yes,
of the lines on page 1?
Yes, sir.
Page 2?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time you needed to review it?
Yes, sir.
Because you understood everything that's on there.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Giles, do you understand you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes, sir. I do.
And you're here representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes, sir.
That by entering this plea, there will be no trial and this case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Giles, excuse me. Did you here in Spalding County, back on December 13th, 2023, operate your motor vehicle at a speed of 79 in a 65.
Yes.
All right. All right, I'm gonna find with your admission of guilt, there's enough for me to take your plea. I'm gonna find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights. I review the recommendation, I will follow it. Any questions for our sentence?
No, sir.
All right, then, here we go. Speeding 79 to 65, I'm find you guilty. It's 12 months probation, 195 is your fine. Delay the start of your probation by 30 days. Delay to participate in the 30 by 30 program. If you're successful in closing your case, great. If not, your probation will begin 31 days from now, at which point you would be allowed to work off your fine with community service work. Show your valid license to probation for alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products. You'll be tested for those. $50 supervision fee, $25 intake fee, and your case will still close the moment you satisfy your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today if you want to appeal this decision, and 6 months from today if you want to use your habeas rights. Any questions?
In that one part, because right now I'm in legalities with the company I work for, if I can't get that done because my wife is taking care of all the bills, I understood you said community service,
You
but
could if you got paid.
yeah, well, I would be able to because of the back issue I have. So what would I be able to do after that?
Oh, we're very flexible. I
Okay,
mean,
cool.
we're very creative in finding ways to help.
That work?
I have no worries at all about us finding something that is within your abilities.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Vickers?
Yes.
All right, if you'll please raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, take your hand down, state your full name for me.
Edward Vickers.
All right, Mr. Vickers, my understanding is you have the fine amount to pay your fine off today, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, that means we don't need to go through the full rights. I just need to ask you, are you 21 years of age or older?
Yes, I am.
And have you used a NOLO on any moving violation in the last 5 years?
No.
And are you asking me to accept this NOLO for driving that occurred here in Spalding County on December 24th, 2023, and resulted in this charge of failure to stop or yield at a stop sign?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna find that your NOLO is proper, and I'm gonna grant it. I've signed it here. I don't need to go through all the rest of the rights because you've already signed it here. Do you have any questions for me about anything?
They take credit card down there?
Yes.
Okay.
There is a convenience fee though, just making certain you know that before you get down there. So, yeah, he's ready to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
They wanted me to go that way ever since that chucklehead jumped over the bench in Vegas. So. All right, have Malpass, Dylan Stevens. All right, Mr. Margaret, that was yours. All right, you have, under 21, Hare. All right, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about the this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, your family, Mom, is that you? You're welcome to stand up here if you want, you don't have to. So, all right, Ms. Hare, state your full name for me.
Audrey Nicole Hare.
Ms. Hare, you're here on 23 TK 5727. How old are you?
18.
Okay. Ms. Hare, you. Yeah, 23. So this plea is going to put you on the knife edge of losing your license, but will not in and of itself cause a suspension of your license. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you catch new charges, you will very likely lose your license, but that's up to you. Just don't catch new charges.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You ready to go forward?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Hare, are you on time for court today?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom and see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
You passed up to me the self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes, sir.
Page 2?
Yes, sir.
And is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and acknowledge this? Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time you needed to review it?
Yes, sir.
Because you understood everything that's on it.
Yes, sir.
You have the right to have an attorney represent you, and you're here representing yourself. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. You understand that you have the right to a jury trial.
Yes, sir.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial, and this case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Harry, you're charged with speeding 58 to 35, that's 23 miles over the speed limit. Did you do so here in Spalding County back on December 5th of 2023?
Yes, sir.
And, all right, I'm gonna find with your admission of guilt, there's enough for you to take your plea. I'm gonna find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights during this plea. I'll review the recommendation, and I'll follow it. Any questions before I sentence?
No, sir.
All right. 23 TK 5727, count one, speeding 58 to 35, finds you guilty. It's 12 months probation, 454 is your fine. Total 12 months probation. Shelley, your valid license, 2, sentence enforcement. Alcohol, illegal drugs, or end products should be tested for those. $50 per month supervision fee, $25 intake fee. Case will close the moment you satisfy your obligations to the court. Those obligations also include a defensive driving school completion, which must be done within 60 days. Do you have any questions for me about anything?
No, sir.
In 30 days from today, if you want to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months from today if you want to use your habeas rights. And again, it's going to put you on the knife edge to lose your license, so you need to slow down or you will lose it. And if you do, it'll be for 6 months or suspension with no permit. That's not me, that's Georgia law.
Yes, sir.
All right, you may. Carol?
Yes.
All right, please raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. All right, take your hand down, say your full name for me.
Gladys Hill.
All right, Ms. Hale, you were here on 23 TK 4013, and according to my calendar, you were on time for court. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes.
Ms. Harrell, you have passed up to me a self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir, I did.
Do you recognize it as the written version of those rights are read out later?
Yes.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes.
page 2,
Yes.
and is this your signature?
Yes.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it?
Yes.
Because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes, I did.
You have the right to have an attorney and you're here representing yourself. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
You have the right to a jury trial, and that by entering this plea, there will be no trial. This case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Harrell, you are asking for a NOLO, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you used a NOLO on no insurance charge in the last 5 years?
No, sir, I haven't.
And are you asking me to accept one for driving that occurred here in Spalding County on March 31st of 2023?
Yes.
Ms. Harrell, I find that your NOLO request is proper and is granted. I find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights during this plea. I reviewed the recommendation and I'll follow it. Any questions before I sentence?
No.
All right, on 23 TK 4013, count 1, no insurance. I'm going to grant you NOLO. It's 12 months of probation, 445 is your fine. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days,
Okay.
which will allow you to participate in our 30 by 30 program. So if you pay your fine in full plus $30, your case will close with no probation conditions. After that, your probation will start if your case is still open, at which point you may work off your fine with community service work, but you will be required to show a valid license to probation, have no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products, and be tested for those. $50 per month supervision fee, $25 intake fee, and your case will still close the moment you satisfy your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today if you want to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. All right, any questions, anything before you and I part this?
No, sir.
All right, thank you so much. That was of course. All right, next case, Rainier. All right, if you please raise your right hand, you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, take your hand down, state your full name for me.
Daniel Nehemiah Arena.
Mr. Rayner, You are here today on 23 TK 5827, and it appears that you are on time for court today. Is that correct?
Yes,
Did you hear the rights read out to the courtroom and see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
I did.
And did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Renier, you have passed up to me this self-represented defendant clear rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
I do.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes, sir.
page 2,
Yes, sir.
and is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time you needed to review it
Yes, sir.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Renier, you are charged with 1 count of hands-free device violation or holding a cell phone while you're driving. Did you do that here in Spalding County back on December 14th of 2023?
Yes.
So your recommendation. Do you have the funds to pay your fine today?
I do not, but I have someone who will pay for me.
I understand what they're trying to do. It's actually a pretty good idea. I'm just not certain I can do that. Give me just a half heartbeat. Because like I said, it's a really good idea on how to get your case. I love this plan, but I'm gonna have to research a little bit more. I got a different solution for today. All right, I'm gonna accept your guilty plea. I'm gonna find that you knowingly, voluntarily, intelligently waiving your rights during this plea. I'll view the recommendation, and I'll follow it with some changes. Do you have any questions for our sentence?
No, sir.
All right. Again, I'm gonna research this a little more because I really like this plan. I'm just not certain I can follow it. So for today, I'm making your fine $0. I don't need anything else from you. So,
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right, thank you. All right. Again, all right, Kent. All right, please raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, take your hand down, and state your full name.
Diamond Jackson Kent.
All right, Mr. Kent, you're here today on 23 TK 3537. And according to my calendar, you're on time for court today, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you have the right to read out to the courtroom and see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
This there. This time. Okay, Mr. Kent, I'm holding up this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes, sir.
Page 2?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Sign and initial this document after having all the time you needed to review it,
Yes, sir.
because you understood everything that's on it.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kent, you have the right to have an attorney represent you, and you're here representing yourself. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to a jury trial, and by entering this plea, there will be no trial. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kent, you are charged with 1 count, no insurance. Have you used a NOLO or a no insurance charge in the last 5 years?
Yes, sir.
And are you 21 years of age or older?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Kent, you want me to accept your NOLO for driving that occurred here in Spalding County on July 25th of 2023 and resulted in this charge of no insurance?
If you good with it,
I'm good with it. So it's a good recommendation. I'm happy to follow it. Okay. Mr. Kent, on 23 TK 3537, count 1, no insurance. I'm going to grant you NOLO. It's 12 months probation. 454 is your fine. Count 2 is dismissed. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days to allow you a chance to participate in our 30 by 30 program. If you pay your fine in full plus $30, your case will close with no probation conditions. After that, your probation starts, and you may work off your fine with community service work, and then you'll need to show your valid license to sentence enforcement. No alcohol, illegal drugs, or clean products should be tested for those. $50 per month supervision fee, $25 intake fee. And your case will still close the moment you satisfied your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision. And you have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. All right. Any questions for you and I part ways?
no, sir.
All right, Mr. Kent, if you'll step out those double doors there with Mr. Phillips. All right, next one I have is an Alphonse Christopher Milner. Arnold. Oh, that's also an Alphonse. And then Napoleon. Okay. Mr. Napoleon, do you have one of these that's all filled out and ready to go?
No, sir.
Okay, will you pass that to him? He needs to initial in front of him. Mr. Napoleon, you have 2 cases, 23 TK 5187 and 23 TK 5262. Am I correct that you were on time for court this morning?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom and see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
I'm holding up this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver for both of your cases. Do you recognize this document as the written version of those rights?
Yes, sir.
Are those your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes, sir.
Page 2?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it?
Yes.
And because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to have an attorney represent you on each of your cases?
Yes.
And you're here representing yourself? Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial and these cases will both be closed? Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right, so here we go. I'm gonna start with 23 TK 5187. You're under 21?
Yes.
How old are you?
20.
Okay. Did you here in Spalding County back on October 28th, 2023, operate your motor vehicle at a speed of 76 and a 55?
Yes.
Did you also not properly wear your seatbelt during that same course of events?
Yes.
Okay. All right, moving to your next case, 23 TK 5262. Did you, on October 31st, fail to properly stop at a stop sign or a light, excuse me, here in Spalding County?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I also have a statement. The light is terrible. It takes like 7 minutes to turn green.
Which, this is the intersection of North Expressway and Vineyard Road?
Yes. I just wanted to say that, bro.
No, that's a notoriously slow light, so.
Yeah, this light is terrible.
Okay. All right, well, I'm with you. It is a slow light. Unfortunately, you still gotta stop for it. I mean, you still gotta follow it, so. All right, let's do this. You have any, I'm gonna find with your admission of guilt across both of your cases. There's enough for you to take a plea. I'm gonna find that you knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights to entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation and I'll follow it. Any questions before I sentence?
No, sir.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
They'll employ you on 23 TK 5187 from October 28th, 2023. Count 1, speeding, 76 and a 55. Guilty, 12 months, 232 is your fine. Count 2, seatbelt, guilty, no probation, $15 fine added to it. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days to allow you to participate in our 30 by 30 program. This is consecutive to any current sentence. If you don't get your case closed in 30 days, your probation will begin, at which point you may work off your fine with community service work. And you need to obtain a valid license or show it to probation, sentence enforcement. No alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products should be tested for those. $50 per month supervision fee, $25 intake fee, and your case will still close the moment you satisfy those obligations. So that closes out 23 TK 5187. All right, moving forward to 23 TK 5262, traffic control obedience violation. I'm gonna find you guilty. It's 12 months probation, 158 is your fine. This is consecutive to 23 TK 5184. I'm also gonna delay the start of this one by 30 days from the start date. And it starts at the end of the first case. To close your case with no probation conditions. Otherwise, after 30 days, your probation will start, at which point you can work off your fine with community service work. Those same general probation conditions as the last case, and this case will still close the moment